So g'day folks, this is me and my cat Nishka, and we've caught up with my niece Bethany Gum in Portugal, and we're going to have a bit of a chat about her book, Suzie the Eight-Legged Painter, which has been a wonderful book for young learners. Okay. And we've been slowly spreading the good word about Suzie across the world, or as much as possible, through street libraries, word of mouth, I guess little competitions in the UK, and of course, available through good bookshops. So Beth, good to catch up with you again. You've had a couple of big years. You know, you were located in Vietnam at the start of 2020, relocated to the Netherlands, taking your cat Nia with you. And now you've ended up in Portugal. And of course, by the way, recently married. So congratulations as well, Beth. You grew up in the UK in the Cotswolds, beautiful English countryside. So that must have been a bit of a transition, or the good old culture shock, moving to Vietnam, right? What was that like?
Definitely massive culture shock. So moving from a town that I think has no more than 5,000 people, maybe more now, to Ho Chi Minh City of 9 million was, a big culture shock. I still remember the first day. If anyone's been watching that has been to Vietnam, they'll know that it's a city of motorbikes, and it's very hard to cross the road. Motorbikes don't stop for you at a zebra crossing. So you kind of have to just you walk across the road and the bikes kind of go around you, which is really intimidating if you've never done it before. And I remember my first day and I was thinking, oh no, how am I going to cross the road? I need to cross the road. And an elderly lady came past, a local lady, and she crossed the road, just easy peasy, you know, something she obviously did all the time. And so I followed her like a shadow. And it was funny. So a big culture shock, going from crossing the road to driving a motorbike to not speaking the local language. But I absolutely loved it. I was so excited to be away. So
wonderful. I've actually have to confess, I've done similar in other countries where I wasn't sure of the street crossings. So with oncoming traffic, I would stay nearby the locals, hoping that they would be the buffer in case of issue. Fortunately, nothing happened. Okay, so you're in Vietnam at the time. You were teaching children, right? So what was happening there?
Yeah, I was teaching at an international preschool. So I had 7 nationalities, including me being from the UK, in my classroom of 15. So it was hugely diverse. And the book basically came from that diversity that we had in the classroom. After the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020, we kind of got given a lot of flexibility at school because of lockdown and everything, to really teach a curriculum that we wanted to teach, targeted at what we thought the children would really get a lot from, without too much pressure as well with COVID and everything. So anyway, I decided to do a module about diversity, and we did lots of activities. We talked about eggs and how eggs are different on the outside but the same on the inside, and they really understood that. They were very, very switched on, intelligent class. And so I decided I wanted to take that a step further, to try and talk to them about how actually, okay, yes, we are all the same on the inside, but we all have different lived experiences because of the way that sometimes we can be seen in the world, because of stereotypes, basically, and bias. So that's, and I didn't have any teaching materials. The children's literature that I had access to at the time, I couldn't find something that really taught that gap. So that's where the book came from, really. Is the idea is to break down stereotypes, break the bias, and to talk about big ideas with young children.
Excellent. That's so wonderful. And it's always fantastic to encourage literacy in young learners, because obviously it inspires them, it opens their minds up as well. And it's so fantastic, as you mentioned, the book touches on those themes about equality, inclusion, and of course, so relevant in this year's theme, International Women's Day, of course, breaking the bias as well. So excellent. And it's actually, we're just coming on to the anniversary of the first year of the launch, right?
Yeah, that's the 25th of March, so not far at all.
Yeah, good timing there. Okay, so I know you've got to get off to work. So can I ask one last question for you, Beth? Is considering the book's audience, you know, young learners, young boys and girls, of course, what would be a key message that you have for them?
The key message, I guess, would be to stay critical. So, of course, not to criticize, but to stay critical of the things that you learn, the things that you see, the things you experience, the things that you're told, as if to say, you know, just ask questions. Don't always take everything at face value. Ask lots of questions. If something doesn't sit right with you, ask why. Ask, talk to people. Ask about their experiences, what they think. And yeah, to keep learning. Life is a journey of learning. So
Wonderful. That's a
yeah.
lovely theme. And of course, for ourselves as adults, all that we have to do is encourage and nurture those young minds, those leaders of tomorrow, right? Okay. Well, I
Yeah,
think
allow them some freedom. Yeah.
Nishka wants to move on. So thank you, Beth, very much for your time. Hopefully, we'll get to hear more about your adventures, but also Susie's adventures as well, right?
Yes, yeah. There's more adventures for Suzie in the pipeline. So definitely.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you again for your time. Great to catch up and look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.